lot of people have claimed to have come face to face with the fluffy man of the mountains. In this footage, we get to witness the moment a man came right before what appeared to be Bigfoot. Take a look.
Dude, what?
At first, all we get to see is a hazy footage of the bushes in front, and not exactly what is causing the guy recording to be scared shitless. It's only when the footage is enhanced we really realize that there is an actual second personality in that video. We see a clearly moving humanoid form, all white, and using the calculation of its distance, that creature can only be the size of Bigfoot, the legendary monster that stalks the snowy mountains. I'll tell you the truth, whether or not that thing was Bigfoot, there was definitely a white creature in that video. Let me know what you think though. Wildlife just keep getting more and more bizarre. Have a look at this interesting insect discovered by someone.
I have a question. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? Right? It's got like little wings or whatever. I saw it. I thought it was like a flower petal, but clearly it's not. I don't think praying mantis. So if anyone's got a clue, I'm very invested in finding out what that is. Get off me.
How come that thing shares a striking resemblance to lots and lots of flying fairies from legends and fairy tales? Its almost feminine looks makes the idea of it being a regular insect a complete joke. And I don't know about you, but most insects are either green or brown, or some elusive color which should help them survive predators in the wild. Not white. This creature looks straight out of a fairy tale. I'm going to just say that this is a fairy turned into an insect in a midway transformation. Your opinions may be different, but let me know what you think in the comments. Ever woken up to the cry of an extremely horrid voice? Check out this next clip and you would like to brace up for what you are about to hear.
半年ぶりぐらいに外から声聞こえました。真正面だったと思うんですよね。 月22日10時53分。いつもと変わらなくて人っ子一人いないんですけど、多分藪の中からまた声が聞こえてました。
The sound coming from outside seems like the voice of the undead screaming in pain from the underworld. There seem to be multiple voices synchronized into one, making it extremely terrifying to listen to. The guy who recorded it claimed that the sound comes every 6 months. This could only mean one thing. It's a circle and probably a gateway that opens up every 6 months, and he is only able to hear it because his house happens to be stationed at the old site of a portal. That's just my opinion, though. Let me know what you think about this paranormal occurrence in the comments section. Witness the moment an extreme astronomical rarity was captured on video.
Yeah. Oh, look at it.
The 5-point display of solar light rays from the sun is known as a solar halo, and it was captured in Sweden. Its beauty is almost breathtaking, and they are known for just how rare they occur. This type of occurrence is almost unbelievable when described. That's why those who witnessed it in this location made sure to take the best from it. This type of solar activity is on par with a solar eclipse and any other celestial activity of the planetary bodies. Have you ever witnessed a solar halo or any other breathtaking activity of the sun? Yet again, another moment to witness nature's finest and most dangerous. Take a look at this. The viper dogfish is a weird mix of a gentle-looking, big-eyed dogfish crossed with a sharp-toothed and venomous black viper. These stellar creatures are built to do one thing, and that's damage, and in the most painful way possible. Unexpectedly, this is because the docile-looking fish has its fangs and sharp teeth completely hidden behind its face. Its entire jaw seems to be taken out from a crocodile or something and plunged into its face. Someone rightly described this creature as not looking like a fish created by God. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want to run into one of these for any reason. Can animals get cursed by God? Whoever posted this next video seems to think so. At first, looking at this video, we all would think we are looking at GIF, but our thoughts are shattered when a lady pops out of nowhere, proving to us that the cat actually appears to be walking in the same spot. In fact, it appears to be in such a haste, unawares, that it has been caught in a time loop, a circle that could maybe go on for days or weeks or even years. No wonder the cat is thought to be cursed by God, because it's only God himself who should have the power to manipulate time in order to disfavor this little cat in such a terrible way. If I came across a cat walking on the same spot, I probably won't think of adopting it. I wouldn't want to bring a cursed animal into my abode. These are dark times. We have to be sensible about these things. Have you ever seen a buck behave this way? Take a look at this weird video. The deer appears to have come face to face with whoever was recording the video, and instead of making a run for it, the buck seemed like it was ready to go toe-to-toe on the ground, puffing up himself so much that literal smokes can be seen coming out of his ears. If you are that hunter and you aren't a 100% sure of your rifle, I'll advise that you go home and come for this fight another day. Getting rammed by an adopt buck won't tear you apart, but it would for sure do some serious damage to whoever is on the receiving end, and being in the middle of nowhere, not finding adequate treatment could be extremely fatal. Ghosts have been the subject of debate for decades, whether you believe they exist or not. Take a look at this video and make your decision. One moment, a man appears to be walking casually on the sidewalk of a busy street. Apart from the fact that he looks rather odd or creepy, there does not seem to be anything really out of the ordinary about him. That's until he literally disappears into nothingness, caught right on video. This makes the fact that he looked hazy and unusual all make sense. He must have been a ghost out of place or freshly out of a dead body, confused and wandering the earth a few days before. Finally, his spirit instinct clicked and he got transported out of the human world because his time here to say his goodbyes has completely ran out, and his summon to his own realm has been finalized. These videos of ghost and disappearance seem to be too many to doubt their existence. Ever witness a man challenge the king of the jungle and live to tell the tale? Have a look at this unbelievable footage of a man risking his life to prove a point. This guy immediately took boldness to a whole new level when he entered an enclosure with these two lions. He makes sure to get them out of their inner den and further intimidates one of the lions to remain inside. Then he continues to challenge the bigger and more powerful male lion. Every moment of their interaction seems to look like the moment when the lion is going to tear him into shreds, but somehow this dude manages to stay alive throughout the entire video. Whether or not the lion is scared of him, one thing is certain: it takes incredible skill and courage to pull a feat like that. This footage of weird-looking flood waves was taken in North Carolina. The wave pattern of the devastating flood is described to look like a tsunami. The waves are said to have destroyed communities in the area in the massive surge. I, for one, have never seen such unusual-looking flood waves before. They look so out of this world and possibly caused by sonar activity deep within the ocean. If you know what this tsunami-looking wave is called, do well to let us know in the comments below. What are your thoughts on the existence of mermaids? Take a look at this footage before you draw your conclusion. we can see clearly is the washed-up remains of what appears to be a mermaid placed in broad daylight at the seashore. Its upper body looks very human with its skull and ribcage clearly visible. Its lower body, however, seemed to appear more aquatic. Its washed-up dorsal fin or tail still looks workable, and it's obvious this was taken in a very remote location. No wonder the video was uploaded and shared. With the increasing number of sightings of this aquatic creatures everywhere, we are soon going to receive an updated review from the various world governments on the true existence of mermaids, because it's almost a fact that the existence of this creatures is being hidden away from the public, and sooner or later it's going to come all out. How many of us remember the animated movie Toy Story? Brace up, because you are going to get creeped out by one of your favorite characters of the series in this next clip.
Who's gonna miss me while I'm gone, huh? Who's gonna... Hey!
The cowboy toy was recorded petting the puppy, and immediately he realized he was being recorded. The cowboy toy instantly plays dead. It's amazing how we overlook the fact that toys and other objects could be possessed by the spirits of dead relatives, especially in haunted houses where lots of people have died, but are still very unwilling to be completely detached from their households. The very fact that the house owner decided to record this interaction shows that it has been happening for quite a long time. Whatever it is that is being recorded, in this clip, it doesn't look good.
The dogs are ready for bed. It's just a peaceful night here. Get ready to go to bed myself. What the f*** is that? What? Oh, God!
Everything starts out normal with a woman and her dogs preparing to go to sleep, but it's one of her dogs that picks up the presence of a shadowed figure standing in the hallway. The creature stays still until it realizes it's been seen and makes a run for it. Could that have been a ghost? And are dogs really able to see spirits? Because the movement of that shadow being was so elusive and silent that it would have been impossible for that woman to even notice it if her dog didn't react almost immediately. Whatever that creature was, it didn't look good, because part of me badly wants to believe it was the Grim Reaper, which is the harbinger of death. If it is, then things do not look good for whoever it was that recorded that video. Finally, we have this video recorded in India by a concerned native.
हमारे किराए गांव में आज एमसीडी की लाइन में पीने का पानी ऐसा आ रहा है, आप देखिए ये जहर है, जहर।
It shows a tap running blue, foamy water, which at the point of the video had already filled 3 buckets, and it looked like it wasn't going to be turned off. It appears to be the water supplied by a company to a local Indian village. Water, as we all know, is supposed to be colorless. Anything blue like this is either poisonous or just not safe for drinking. If you have any idea why a company would supply colored water to a village, let us know in the comments below. Late at night, this barn was filled with noises that sent shivers down the spines of the residents living close by. It was scratching, low growls, and something they couldn't quite identify. After days of enduring these strange sounds, this man finally decided to investigate. He went with flashlights in hand and cautiously entered the dimly lit barn, the beams of light cutting through the thick dust hanging in the air. That's when he saw a shadow lurking near the back, shifting and making a strange, guttural sound. The creature stepped into the light for a brief moment, and its form was unlike anything we'd ever seen. Its eyes glinted maliciously, and its body was not normal. Before he could react, it let out a blood-curdling scream that sent him running out, hearts racing. The barn has remained untouched since that night, its doors locked tight. And if that wasn't enough to make you believe the paranormal, watch as CCTV captures a ghost attack that looks so real. A man walked casually through the hallway, heading to his office after grabbing a late-night snack from the cafeteria. But just as he turned a corner, his body was violently thrown back by an unseen force. He was slammed against the wall, his feet dangling as though lifted by invisible hands. The camera captured every moment as the man struggled, his arms flailing to break free, but the entity wouldn't let go. He was then dragged across the floor, his screams echoing through the corridor before he disappeared out of the camera's view. Later, the victim described his horrifying experience. He felt something cold and powerful grab him, pinning him with an unyielding grip before attempting to pull him into the darkness. Somehow, with a burst of adrenaline, he broke free and ran for his life, but the memory of that chilling encounter has haunted him ever since. Just when you think you've seen it all, you now see a creature with a body that defies logic. This creature was something out of nightmares. Its body stretched impossibly long, with a torso that seemed to defy normal proportions. Its limbs were stubby in comparison, giving it an almost cartoonish yet terrifying appearance. The creature's head was disproportionately large, its features haunting, like something from a distorted dream. It was brown and sinewy, and it moved awkwardly, dragging itself with an unsettling rhythm that seemed neither human nor animal. The mere sight of it was enough to send anyone running, its unnatural form a stark reminder of how much the natural world remains a mystery, and how much we hope we never truly encounter. In the depths of a remote forest, a man set out to fetch water from a nearby river, unaware of the horror awaiting him. As he bent down to fill his container, a weird sound echoed from the trees, a hollow, raspy moan that made his blood run cold. He stood up, heart pounding, and began to walk back when, out of nowhere, a ghostly figure appeared before him. Its skeletal face glared at him, empty eye sockets boring into his soul. One skeletal hand reached out, its translucent form glowing faintly in the dim light. The man froze for a moment before instinct took over, and he bolted, not stopping until he was safely out of the forest. The memory of that ghastly figure stayed with him, a chilling encounter he would never forget. A farmer picked up what he thought was an ordinary baby tortoise, only to realize it was far from normal. The small creature had just one eye in the center of its face, giving it an almost cyclopean appearance. Its mouth was unusually wide, curling at the edges in a way that seemed both unnatural and oddly expressive. The farmer couldn't believe his eyes as he held the creature up, its solitary eye blinking back at him like it understood more than it should. This might clearly be the case of a mutation or something far stranger, something that defied the boundaries of nature itself.